Okay, so the purpose of this fundamentals video is to get you equipped with some of the movement on the ground. And some of the movement on the ground looks fairly simple, but it's a little complex. But once you know it, it gets simple. So I'm going to try and simplify the movements and make sure that you've got the real basic fundamental movements I think you need to get you ahead and to learn more quickly when you hit the class. Okay, so our first movement, there's an array of places you can start and where you can try to, right, let's start here and here and here. I think the first movement on the ground, the easiest thing to do is if you are here on the floor in a seated position, just get familiar with being sat here, sat like so, and sitting like so, because these are the positions you're going to be in. Like if I'm trying to get up to top past someone's guard, I'm going to be here. If I'm stuck on my butt, falling backwards, I'm going to be here. Sometimes I'll be here because I'm trying to move, someone's in front of me or someone's behind me, I've got to move. So these are the positions you need to be familiar with. So still here, we're going to flow from each one, because obviously grappling is a very much a formation of movements. It's not one thing and the other. It's a formation of movements, and they can all be combined and roll around as if you're putting two people in a washing machine and watching them spin around. So the first thing I'm going to do is lean on one side and put my foot up. This is sometimes referred to as a combat base. So I put this leg back down and put this one back up. Okay, now I put my hand on the floor and sit my hip to the ground and bring this foot now together with my other foot here. Now what I can do is just lean to the other side and put my foot here. All right, so one knee up, one leg down. Yeah, one leg up, one leg down. So one knee up, one knee down. Yeah, one knee up, one knee down, like a what we would call a half, maybe a butterfly. Whereas this would be what we refer to as a butterfly position, where my feet are together. And so it's a little bit like I'm cross-legged, but my feet are together, and they look like the wings of a butterfly. So we've gone, to recap, from my kneeling position, combat base with my right leg, combat base, the same way you would shadow box. This is the same concept. So before you can shadow box, you need to be able to punch, you need to be able to kick, you need to have some footwork, you need to have some movement. Otherwise, you're not going to know what to do. The same thing here. You now have some movement, so now you can piece them together and try and flow and play around with the movements. Yeah? So let's just take like a 30-second round, and let's see what we can do. Look, watch what I do and see how I try and combine the movements. Now again, there's no right or wrong order. You just do what you feel to do. So right now I'm going to be here on my left feet. I kind of chat my way through it. It will interrupt my flow, but it doesn't matter. So look, I'm sitting in my half butterfly. So I imagine the person here. Maybe I get up here like this because they sit back, and I come back and sit here because I do both sides. Maybe I backward roll. Maybe I get to all fours, make my sit out long. I go here, maybe I sit back again, make a combat base position again. Maybe I sit with my legs, drag myself forward to my knees. Maybe I make a sit out again, forward roll, backward roll. Maybe I sit, look, high box, like so, low sit out, or did work. I'm on my back, I make a bridge to my left, tripod, roll forward, roll backwards, and so forth. And I just simply move around and flow and just explore my creativity. Let your creativity be your teacher that when you're moving, you just let the movement happen. Yeah, so I hope I've given you some movements. It's a great workout as well. Giving you some movements to do, some fundamentals to get an idea of how you can combine some of the movements outside of the class to help condition your body, but in a strength way, in a conditioning way, but also in a movement programming way as well.